You know what?
Yeah.
Number one rule of marketing is nobody cares what you think or what
Yeah.
you like. The only thing that matters is what the people want. And that's not always
100%.
what you think is cool.
Welcome to Seven Figure Entrepreneur Podcast, the number one podcast bringing you behind the scenes with real online earners. No fake gurus here. And today we have the wonderful Adrian Morrison, our longtime friend. You might have seen him on some other episodes. We did Entrepreneurs in Cars with him. And we also got the co-host, Tyler Devon. I am excited for this one. I feel like we've been talking about this forever. We never do it, but here we are. We're going to do it today. Today's the day. I am stoked. So what is going on, guys? What is going on?
Life is good. I have no complaints. Just down here in Mississippi.
Yeah,
doing nothing.
Living your best life.
Living that quarantine life.
Yeah. Building some
Inhaling
complexes.
Yeah. Everything in Mississippi is yellow right now. There's just pollen everywhere, so it's a bit miserable. But
yeah,
I'm happy for it to be this time of the year, and it's a great time of the year actually for like our business. This is usually when a big portion of our business takes off. So
nice.
Oh, interesting. That's cool. I guess allergies are tough with COVID season. You know, everyone's sneezing and hacking stuff up, and you're just like, no, it's just allergies, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah,
don't worry.
I hate being in public and sneezing or coughing or whatever because everyone like looks at you immediately.
Yeah, in Mississippi, a lot of people like they just don't care about COVID. And so they're just no masks, you know, it's not, like, they just don't care about it. So I stay in a pretty good bit. Now, like legitimately, when I wear a mask out, people look at me like, why are you wearing that stupid mask? I'm like, I don't know, maybe because there's a pandemic, you know, and like,
yeah.
You guys don't have to wear masks there, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. We do here.
Mississippi,
even in my
Texas.
Building, everything. Yeah, same with Florida though. Isn't Florida the same? And Arizona?
No, Florida, you got to wear them.
Oh.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know, just they're different mindsets. There are people here that take it seriously, and then there are people that majority of people don't take it seriously, and it's just really weird. That's why I just kind of keep my distance from people and do my thing. So
yeah, well, you got a great spot where you live over there. So man, I wouldn't fucking leave either.
Yeah, agreed. Apparently the CDC, is that accurate? They just released like a statement saying don't travel to Canada because it's a high risk location.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because so we didn't get vaccines. You guys got all the vaccines, so your numbers are dropping, and ours are not. Like I think only 2% of our population has vaccines now.
America.
Yeah, America strong-armed everybody, just like, no, you're giving those to us first.
I did not know that, man.
Yeah, that's wild.
I think it just came out today or yesterday or something like that. But that's nuts.
Are you going to get the vaccine when it is available?
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure, man. I mean, I'm not against it. If it's like one of those things where I have to have it to travel, then I mean, I just have no choice because I'm not just sitting here for the rest of my life, you know. But I'll figure it out when the time comes. I don't know. They're saying like I won't, like for my age group, we won't really see it till like end of summer. So
damn.
Yeah, but
that
is what it is.
Yeah.
What it is. All right, let's talk about some online business. Let's talk about some fun stuff because
talk about making money.
Yeah, you do everything, Adrian. You do everything. And I'm just like, every day I'm like, man, that motherfucker's up to something new, just raking in some cash, doing some cool shit, buying Lambos, buying Ferraris. Sign me up.
You know, I got to do something. I get bored down here in Mississippi, and it seems to be like just buy cars.
Yeah.
Which everybody says is fake on the internet anyways. So
really?
Yeah, man. It's like every time I have a picture with one of my cars, people comment, they're like, that's rented, that's leased, he rented it for an hour or whatever. You know, the trolls.
Clearly they've never been to your house, bro. Those things are in there 24/7.
Dude, one of my cars I've had since 2011. Like, this is the longest rental in the history of rentals. I'm renting this car. Like, who rents a 2011?
Is that the SLS?
Yeah.
That's a nice ass car though. Yeah,
I love
man.
that thing, man.
How many you got
so-
over there now?
What's that?
How many you got over there now?
I think I have 9 or 10 cars.
How many that you actively have in your garage? Because I know you guys store a bunch of them, right?
Yeah, I've got 4 in I got a 4-car garage at my current house, and then 3 of them are outside. I just got the new 2021 Escalade like a week ago.
I love
Nice.
those things, man. I think they're rad. Like I wasn't really a huge Escalade guy, like I know you guys have been since day one, but those
Yeah.
new ones are sick.
Yeah, it's all blacked out. And
Nice.
I don't have a car that's, I know this sounds silly, but I don't have a car that I really want to drive in the rain, like that I feel comfortable driving around through mud and dirt, because there's lots of construction around here. So I bought the Escalade, which is still a really nice car, but it's better than driving a Lamborghini,
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's why we got it. And man, it is like my favorite vehicle. It's so
Dude.
comfortable.
Do you like it better than the Urus?
Yeah,
Damn.
for sure. Like if they all cost the same amount of money and they were all the same status vehicle, the G-Wagon, the Urus, I would probably walk out every day and get in the Escalade.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. And even still,
Yeah.
like I haven't driven my G-Wagon in since I bought the Escalade.
Well, it's Casey's G-Wagon now, so.
Everything.
Everything's Casey's.
Yeah, Casey's is his wife. It's pretty funny. I don't think I've actually, there's a couple times, but anytime I've driven with you, I feel like she's always the one driving.
Yeah, I mean, get a wife so she can chauffeur you around, That's one of the benefits. She likes to drive, so I'm like, okay, you could drive. I
Trying
bought
to get
the
Rebecca.
Lamborghini Urus for me because it's green. It's got green calipers and stuff. But since I bought a Ferrari the same day, she's like, you cannot buy both of these for yourself. And she took the Urus legitimately. It's in her parking spot. It's her car.
Wait, she has a parking spot now?
Everywhere. What?
She has a parking spot now?
Yeah, I actually gave her one. It's she's really on the up and up. But yeah, I mean, we like cars. They're fun.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I'm with you, man. I am with you.
Let's talk about how you afford these rentals, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not cheap to pay hourly for 10 years. So.
Yeah. That's funny that people think they're fake, man. But anyways, man, you do a ton of shit. You got e-com, you got courses, you have apps. I don't know if you're even doing some real estate. I know you're into crypto a little bit, stocks a little bit, but focus on online stuff. Is there anything there I missed?
No, I mean, I do digital publishing, training courses, public speaking, which I haven't done in forever. I say no pretty much to every public speaking deal now. I did it for so long. Crypto, I dabble in crypto. Like I'm not a crypto expert, but really I'm an expert at digital marketing, Facebook ads, e-commerce, creating courses and teaching people the things I actually do. I don't create courses about theory. It's like, here's what I did. Yeah. It worked for me. I don't know if it's going to work for you, but you can either go any, mini, miny, mo with your eyes closed, or you could follow a case study. Yeah. Everything else I've had great success with, but not from my own intellect, rather listening to people that are a lot smarter than me, not questioning them, and just doing what they advise me to do. And because of that, I've made an immense amount of money in the stock market and in real estate specifically.
Yeah, no doubt.
Very cool.
Actually, you're the catalyst for us getting started in e-com.
Yeah,
that's
way back.
Yeah, I think that store did like $5 million or something in sales.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
it was like insane, man. It was wild, and that was like before everyone was even doing drop shipping. You kind of like led us onto it. Adrian's like a good dude to follow because he's always on just something new, whatever it is. But it just seems like you're able to gauge those trends. And even how many fucking t-shirts did you sell?
I can't even tell you how many t-shirts I sold, man. Back in the day, like, man, it must have been 2013 or so. There was this big craze of t-shirt sales of t-shirts that would say like Team Morrison, lifetime member, or
Yeah.
legend, team, Devon,
Yeah.
team, whatever. And so I was like one of the biggest, I think, was one of the biggest sellers of those t-shirts with last names. We would target people on Facebook by their last name. And we sold so many. Then we started selling t-shirts to like grandparents with grandparent sayings and wine
Mhm.
t-shirts, which led into e-commerce because I thought with e-commerce I could build a real brand opposed to
Mhm.
selling on Teespring and building Teespring's brand, which got me into Shopify. Then from there I discovered drop shipping, and that was awesome because everyone was selling t-shirts, and you got to in business, just because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean that it doesn't work, but it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you also shouldn't try to evolve and pivot and stay
Mhm.
on the cutting edge. And in
Totally.
Mhm.
2015, that's what drop shipping and Shopify was. It was that pivot from the generic t-shirt print on demand
Mhm.
space. And I did a Clubhouse, the crazy app Clubhouse
Oh
that's
yeah,
been,
yeah.
I did a room with Harley, the president of Shopify. He's been a buddy of mine for many years now. And I was really surprised at something he said. I had no clue. I just do my own thing. And, but he said that, this is not an exact quote, but he said something along the lines of A, drop shipping is not dead. And B, he also mentioned that I was like on the forefront of introducing drop shipping to most entrepreneurs
Damn.
in the US, at least, that were using Shopify. Because
I
That's
before
believe
that,
it.
wild, bro.
I was like, really? I thought there were a lot of people doing drop shipping before me. But
Yeah.
I guess it really blew up with Ecom Success Academy, which is that course I produced. There was a wave.
Unreal.
Well, your course was one of the first ones. There was someone else's course too. Who the fuck was it, man? I forget his name. He's kind of gone silent now. I think he did some stuff with Alex Becker. Oh, what is his name? Anyway, doesn't matter. But I
You got
remember
some
that.
I was gonna say you got some ClickFunnels awards for that course too, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I got all of them.
yeah,
It, that course has been ongoing since 2015, and we just update it every year,
yeah.
Yeah.
make it better, keep it up to date. And we don't charge people for updates. So when those that joined in 2015, legitimately students from 2015 are still getting on our webinars, still consuming all the new
Wow.
content that we put in the course, and they don't spend a dime to do it, it's been cool.
Yeah.
And it's produced a lot of seven-figure stores, a couple
Dude.
of
Mhm.
eight-figure stores I know about. It's just been really, what's cool about courses is, of course, anyone that makes a course wants to make money selling their course. But what's really
Yeah.
cool is when you see people producing, your students as a whole, producing more money than your
Mhm.
course in itself has produced selling it. And
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
Yeah.
ESA has done.
That's sick, bro.
100%, man. Yeah, I feel like that's very rewarding, helping people make money. It's sick making money from courses, but at the same time, man, it's like helping people get to that financial success that you've seen is just nothing compares to that.
Yeah, it's cool, man. And it's actually for me the smaller wins that are the most exciting. It's cool to see people hit seven figures,
Yeah.
all that, but what's really cool is seeing that person that was scared out of their mind to get started with entrepreneurship, stuck in a 9 to 5 dead end job, barely making ends meet,
Yeah.
with no like real future. It's just like do the same
Mhm.
damn thing every day, and then
Yeah.
eventually retire and scrape by until you die.
Yeah.
And it's really cool seeing them have that aha moment where like, oh crap, like there is a way to
Mhm.
supplement, not necessarily
Mhm.
to be rich and make millions, but like to have a better life, to afford to go on vacation, to afford to be able to
Yeah.
send your kids to school, to afford to not have to worry about affording groceries or getting evicted. Like those are the
Yeah.
wins that I value the most for our students.
That's dope,
I feel
bro.
like those are all real things, especially during this time as well. Tons of people lost their
Mm-hmm.
jobs. And so the online really gives them an opportunity to take control of that and just, make some money. and live a little bit more comfortable. And what's cool about your course, man, is like, and I was surprised by this, and I guess it's just something I never thought about, but you have a lot of like 50 plus people that you help out and teach, which is really cool to see, because when most people think online business, they usually think, you know, like 30 under, give or take.
Totally. Young guy, young girl, whatever it is.
Yeah. But you have everyone, man. Like I've been to your events before, and it was surprising, but it was really cool.
It's because of this gray streak I got going down the side of my head, you know.
Oh, dude, I got them too. I got all of them. Don't you worry.
You know, it's I don't know why, like what about my ads and my brand pulls, you know, that 35 plus demographic. Yeah. It's certainly not the demographic that we started out advertising to, but it's cool because they actually, like the 35 plus demo, 40 plus demo has so much wisdom, and they're able to more clearly think like entrepreneurs, make decisions that aren't as so much so based off of emotion, make more logical decisions. They're in a good spot potentially to have some extra money to invest, or they have more time because they're not in that 20-year-old grind of I'm trying to figure out life. And like one example is Kathy Mack. She's in that demographic, has 2 kids, and she was running a physical business, an embroidery business. And I mean, when you're running a physical business, it's like, especially during COVID, you know, like you're limited to your surroundings. And she moved everything to Shopify based off of my training, and ended up doing well over 7 figures, multiple 6 figures a year. And she hit me up and was like, I'm still doing my same embroidery business. I'm not even doing the drop shipping from AliExpress necessarily, but I'm reaching the world. And now she said, I paid for my, I was able to pay for my daughter's dream wedding, and I was able to pay for my kid to go through college. So now her son doesn't have to pay off, I think, you know, student loans until he's 50 years old, because she said she paid for it. So that's what's really cool about that demo too, is that's the way they think.
Yeah. Dude, you know, the other thing too, that like kind of the silver lining in that, it just goes to show, once you build this skill set, like it doesn't have to, you don't have to do it exactly like a drop shipping store out of, you know, AliExpress or shit like that. You could just continue to build your own brand, your own business now, just with a new skill set and online.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's like y'all started with drop shipping. Well, you were doing lead gen and stuff before, but you got into drop shipping. Then now y'all are killing it with lead gen again, and have shifted over there. It's like marketing is marketing. So
totally
learn it via lead gen or drop shipping or affiliate marketing. It's all the same skill. And once you have it, you can pivot and jump to different trends and use it to your advantage to always be on the cutting edge.
Yeah, 100%, man. You know, I know we're, I kind of feel like we're hyping your course up a little bit, but the other thing I think that's cool that you do about your course is you do talk about the other types of business models that you've done. Like I know for a while, something that we chatted about, you were doing leggings where you were basically, are you cool if I go into this?
Yeah.
So he was licensing art. He was putting those designs on different parts of clothing, shirts, leggings, whatever it was, and selling that. And what's cool about that is now that your product is unique in the marketplace because you have art from a semi-famous artist. And I think, didn't you even get people like licensing rights and stuff like that?
Yeah. One year I was like, if I'm teaching, and by the way, we don't have to talk about my course the whole time. I don't want people to think this.
No, we're not going to, but I just think it's cool how like it has so many applications.
It has value.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm teaching something, it's unfair to call myself a teacher if I'm not teaching exactly what I do. And exactly what I was doing was going and getting licensing rights to artists, and then essentially bypassing the need of graphic designers and creativity and all that stuff. It was more so like, how can I streamline this and automate this? And just tap into art, which now is even easier. You can go to Instagram, hashtag, whatever type of artist you want. And there's tons of artists out there that are getting no sales on their work that will gladly give you their artwork for free for a net profit royalty. So you have nothing to lose. But what I did is I went to this artist, and I think I paid them, it's been a minute, but I think I paid them like 50 grand or so for like a large licensing deal. And I said, I don't want any cut. I don't want any profits from this. I just want you to allow my students to come in and license artwork from you. Because I had to pay just for myself 10K. You know, there's a more famous artist. So I knew that students that paid for my course wouldn't have 10 grand to go do that. So I just said, yo, I'll give you 50 G's if you'll just let them all in.
Yeah.
And I was able to do that for them. And that contract expired, you know, I think it was a 1 or 2 year contract, but it was a cool experiment.
Yeah.
And I think it played a large role in a lot of some student success as well.
Nice.
No doubt. I love that, man.
Yeah. Very cool. Those leggings were wild.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean, you take the same image, you put it on a pillow, you put it on a coffee mug, you put it on leggings, you put it on a shirt, you put it on shoes, you put it on backpacks. If it sells on one thing, it'll sell on the other crazy items that are available. Is what we found.
100%, man.
Those leggings are ugly as sin.
Yeah.
I still have videos of Rebecca wearing them and stuff for ads.
Yeah, it's you know what?
Yeah.
Number one rule of marketing is nobody cares what you think or what you like. The only thing that matters is what the people want. And that's not always what you think is cool. And that's why those
people
leggings,
what they want.
Yeah, give the people what they want. That's one of the main key.
That is a Morrison quote if I have ever heard it. Whenever I think that, I'm like, Adrian, fucking Adrian.
You know, one thing I think would be cool to go into is like your background, like before you even got into this online stuff. Like, cause I think you maybe told me while we were driving by, but you kind of had some jobs that like, you know, weren't really you, that I think you fucking left at day 2 or something like that. Wasn't there like a Best Buy story?
Well, I worked at Best Buy for quite some time. And where I worked at this terrible car wash, and I did not work there for very long. And I just one day, like, I just hated it. I mean, I made $5.15 an hour washing cars.
Jesus.
And I was busting my ass in the hot, humid Mississippi sun on the side of the highway. And people, like, I love cars. So I was like, you know, people bring in nice cars and I'll get to be around something I enjoy. That's why I buy cars. I like cars. And people would bring in the most disgusting cars, like they're repulsive, that I would have to clean out. And I'm like, man, I just spent an hour cleaning out these disgusting cars for $5.15. Where is the logic in that? So one day when I went to lunch, I went to Sonic for lunch. I just like didn't go back. I actually sent my mom up to the car wash to pick up my paycheck. It was like $15 or something like that.
Hilarious.
I didn't want to go back.
I'm glad you didn't leave the money on the table though.
Bro, like I never leave money on the table. I'm gonna get my $15.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And yeah, I started out complete failure, straight F's, D's, C's on a good semester, super ADD. Honestly, like my school, I went to a private school. They really programmed me to kind of think that I wasn't smart. And they even put me in some like special classes, if you will, where I would have extra time for tests and whatnot for ADD kids. And they really positioned it in a way that made me and the other people in the classes with me think that we were, you know, below like your average level of intellect. So when I went into college, I just didn't have high aspirations. Like I didn't think I was going to make it very far because I thought I just wasn't smart, but I wanted to be an attorney. And my dad always wanted me to go to law school. And so I majored in history, took the LSAT, bombed the LSAT 3 times. And they're like, yo, you've taken this too many times this year. You got to wait a whole year before you can take the LSAT again. And I couldn't get into law school. And that's where the shift came to internet marketing, where I realized like you don't have to be book smart.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people now, like people like, you can't spell and your grammar sucks. Like when I type and stuff, I'm like, I could pay somebody to check my spelling. Like I'll take bank smart over book smarts any day.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Good call, man. I agree. Yeah. You don't even have to be smart, man. You just have to be persistent with this shit. Like that's it. Just be persistent and keep testing, and you'll eventually find something that sticks and wins. And then once you understand it, you can just replicate that over and over and over again.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to be persistent, you have to be hungry, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I first started, I felt like I had something to prove. I had to prove to everybody that I wasn't, you know, a failure and I wasn't a loser, and that I could make it. And that's what kept me up till 3 and 4 in the morning, grinding, running ads and figuring things out. And I just had a choice. You know, I could either live the rest of my life like so many other people, barely getting by, or I could do whatever it took to live my dream.
Yeah.
I love it.
Someone once told me, they're just like, I don't know what I was talking about. And I said, that's a lot of effort or something like that. And they're like, clearly you don't want it bad enough. And I was like, oh, motherfucker. That's right. And you can apply that to so many things. And everyone listening, like, if you don't have that car you want, it's because you don't want it bad enough. You don't have that house you want, it's because you don't want it fucking bad enough. So
facts.
Yeah.
It's very true. If there's one thing that anybody takes from the conversation so far, it's that. Yeah. It's that there's so many times that you could do something that you don't do it because you don't want it bad enough and you're lazy, and it's easier to watch TV or scroll on Instagram or TikTok when you could be creating content on Instagram or TikTok, like Chris Fammy, who I know was on here. That dude's hungry. Like he went from e-commerce success story to TikTok celebrity. The dude is hungry and he's killing it at stuff that like, you know,
and doing real estate on the side.
Yeah,
man, that guy's an animal.
Love that guy.
I was gonna ask you, man, what was the first thing that made you your first dollar online? Do you even remember?
I was promoting an affiliate offer on Google AdWords for a credit card called the Horizon Gold Card. And it was for people that had, I believe, for people that didn't have good credit.
Yeah.
And they would pay me, I think it was $22, if I recollect, $22 per application that was approved. And I remember, man, I was still broke. I was in Park City, Utah, with now my wife, but then my girlfriend and her family. And we were snowboarding. And I'd never snowboarded before. Her dad paid for the whole trip and everything. We're young. I was like 20. I came in and I had just started ads like a couple weeks before. And I came in and I looked, and that's back in the day when it was not real-time tracking. So it could be a week before something reported. And I made like $270 or something like that. And I looked over at Casey and I was like, I just made a couple $100 while we were snowboarding.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's crazy because I would have to work for weeks to make a couple of $100 doing shit that I hate.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, okay, I'm doubling down. I'm going all in. So that I remember that moment. It wasn't my first dollar. It just, because it was a couple of weeks of backtracked reporting. So
like
$bucks.
That's still wild though, man.
Yeah. Very
Bro,
cool.
I went and spent it immediately. Like I bought some Oakleys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm copping those Oakleys right there.
That's so dope.
Did you I think you told me one time too, like the first time you made like a good chunk of money, like $100,000, you like went out and bought like a Lambo right away or something?
Yeah, because I'm a dumbass. Look, the when I first started making money, I was an underdog. I was, you know, not the cool kid in school. And I wasn't smart. Just and first thing I wanted to do was like show off and prove, you know, that I made it. So I made some really unwise decisions right out of the gate, but then quickly through, advice from other people more intelligent than me, I came to realize money is way better in the bank. So yeah, I went and I bought a Lambo that really at the time I could afford it, but it just was stupid. And then I just saved all my money. Like I saved it. I didn't spend a dime until I had 1 million cash sitting in the bank. I didn't spend a dime. I still lived with my parents and I was a millionaire. I was sleeping in my bedroom at my parents' house.
Yeah.
So, the first thing you do when you make some new money is you want to go blow it. But internet money is not guaranteed. You could wake up tomorrow, your ads could crash.
Facebook blocks your account.
Yeah, this isn't a job where you have a guaranteed salary every month or every year. So save and save some more. When you feel like you're in a good spot, then you can go spend and reward yourself.
No doubt.
But you sure flexed on all those fucking haters who doubted you once you rolled up in that silver Gallardo.
No lie. I quit working and I just drove around all day. I cruised by my high school, my art teacher that said I'd never amount to anything and everything. Like made sure that, they all saw. And one thing I realized though, there's a shift from being 20 to 30 plus is that now I really just I could care less what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
I don't try to look rich when I go somewhere. I don't wear all of my jewelry. I have a lot. All of my stuff, like all my chains and all that stuff, I always wear typically under my shirt.
Yeah.
I'm at a point in my life now where I don't feel like I have anything to prove. And the things I do for me. And that's more fulfilling than it was much less fulfilling when I was doing things because I wanted other people to see me doing them.
Yeah.
And it changed. Instead of the Lambo, when I matured, I sold the Lambo and I bought that Gullwing SLS. Nobody that really knows what that is unless they know cars. Much more subtle car. And people are like, why don't you have a Lambo or a Ferrari? And I was like, because I like Mercedes. I like these other things, but I really like this car. I bought this for me, not to show off to you.
Yeah.
And so
it is a dope car though. Like those doors when they open up.
It's sick. But unless you open the doors, it just looks like a regular Mercedes.
Yeah.
People. But yeah.
I feel like the Huracan is like the new internet money car. Just like the Gallardo was, like if you made it, you go buy a Gallardo or a Huracan.
That's why I haven't bought a Huracan, man, because like everybody has them. And I wanted one because I like Lamborghinis a lot, but if I get one now, it has to be like an Aventador SVJ or actually, you're not even that. Like I like unique cars, like the Ferrari Portofino. Like,
get a Mercy. Get a fucking Mercy.
Oh, I love those.
A Spider Mercy. That's the play.
Have you seen the Ferrari? I think it's Romano.
I was actually just sitting in one yesterday. I was at Ferrari because my good buddy Dustin's in the process of buying one, and it's cool. The interior's sick.
It looks a bit like an Aston Martin at first. Yeah. And the tech in there is so sick. It's the cheapest Ferrari on the market.
Yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't even know it's a Ferrari until they saw the symbol. Everything changed.
Interesting.
I was looking at it last night. My wife looked over and I was looking at a review on YouTube because I always look at reviews before I buy stuff. And she was like, no, you do not have any more space for vehicles. I was like, but it's so sick. You literally swipe to crank it up.
Yeah.
The voice of reason.
The voice of reason.
That's
you can't be tamed though. You can't be tamed.
I can't. It's another lesson I learned in terms of just making money. It's so easy when you make money. It's so easy to just buy stuff, like buy whatever you want, go wherever you want when you see all this money coming in. And it really does. At some point, you have to, when you mature, you have to check yourself and be like, you have to have it right now. Or should you get rid of this before you get that? Just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's been a challenge for the last 10 years because I like nice things and I live in a place where I have nothing to do but buy nice things.
Yeah.
You know, I can't go hang out at cool bars and hotels, and there's nothing in Mississippi. Everything shuts down at like 9 o'clock at night.
Well, maybe when we get that fun house in Miami, it'll open up a few more opportunities.
Yes.
We should fun house. I forgot about that idea. Florida's looking really good right now, though. I'm down with Florida.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Very cool.
So back on the business side, man, would you say you're most passionate about like the course and the education, the teaching, or do you still like enjoying throwing up Shopify stores, testing new ideas, and like doing that whole thing?
Honestly, like my real passion is just doing it myself.
Yeah.
I always am doing it myself. Courses, and I'm passionate about seeing people succeed that take my courses. I wouldn't say that I'm passionate about the marketing of the courses or making the courses. And that's really something that just kind of happened because so many people ask me, you know, how to do what I do. And I was teaching people individually, just friends and whatnot. And then I was like, why don't I just film all this and put it into like a membership area, and people ask, I can give that to them. And I gave it to my virtual assistants. And then I was like, wow, this is a massive business model that I can tap into, and it's a win-win. People get good training. And so it's definitely a big part of my business, but I find more joy from launching a campaign on a $25 budget that pulls $100 the first day.
Yeah.
I do out of getting a $2,500 course sale.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know,
yeah.
That's just me though.
That makes sense.
I feel you. How do you like the software side of things too? Because I don't know if you're still doing that. I'm assuming so, but you went hard with that and creating softwares that tie into your course and help students with certain problems they have.
Yeah. So the software company is still going, and it's what I love about the software company is I can sell it. It's not really necessarily built off of my face. The rest of my business online is built off of me. I can't sell myself, you know. No one's going to buy the Adrian Morrison brand. I would still be required. So that's what I don't like about the courses and stuff is it requires my presence at all times. The software company, though, you build up software, you get recurring income, and then you can sell it for a nice multiple. SaaS is hot right now. And so I built a lot of apps for my Shopify store just because there were a lot of gaps in the market. And I was looking at the Shopify app store to buy apps, and I would plug them in and they would suck or they wouldn't do everything I needed them to do. And so I would just develop my own. And then again, I was like, well, I got all these apps. I'm paying, you know, $15,000 a month for developers. Why don't I just sell these apps? And I offered them to my students, and it just blew up. You know, we have some pretty innovative but simplistic apps, and I love building it. But also on the same token, we just launched a software a couple of weeks ago, very successful, cheap, like $19. But when I got on my webinar to release it to my students, I've been using it for a year already. And they're like, why did you keep this for a year and not show it to us? And I said to them, I'm like, listen, I do not enjoy doing support on a $10 per month product where you sell in volume. And you have people that don't watch the videos, that don't read the FAQ, they buy it, then they email support. How do I use this? Watch the video. Well, I just would rather you tell me how to do this and get on the phone. I'm like, bro, you paid $10 for this.
Yeah.
So I told my students, I was like, do not buy this. If you don't plan on watching the videos and you plan on sending me 50 support tickets, because I make a lot more money in other places. And I do most of my own support because I want it to be done right. I'm just that type of person. So the pros and cons of software. Pros are, it's a great model. You can sell the software company. The cons are people don't pay attention. People don't really read and follow instructions. So support is really heavy compared to that of like a digital course.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Reoccurring's nice. Reoccurring's nice.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you have an app that really or software that really solves a problem, no one's going to cancel it if it's not a bunch of hype. And that's, most of our apps, they solve a serious problem, and they're just, the recurring revenue just builds and builds and builds and builds. And, we really try to do very simplistic apps to minimize effort on a noob getting in and learning how to use it. And when it's simple, people are less likely to cancel. They get in and it's complicated, then they get frustrated and they cancel. So it's a little tip if you're building a software.
Easy peasy. Easy
no doubt.
peasy.
Yeah.
Well, we've been at this for a bit.
Yeah, man. I actually want to talk about opportunities. You see, it's April 7th, 2021. Hopefully, we're on the tail end of COVID. We've all seen Bezos and what's his name, Musk, get extremely wealthy during COVID, which is insane. Shattered every record that ever had been before. Like, didn't one of them make it to 200 billion?
I have no clue.
Yeah, and like
I feel like everyone's getting rich during COVID, though, man. Like the amount of spending that's going on is insane.
And that's the thing. The opportunity right now is huge. So I wanted to pick your brain and ask you, what do you think, as of right now, are some of the biggest opportunities online?
I mean, dude, e-commerce I know that is expected for me to say, but e-commerce is booming in a way that it's never boomed before. I call it a second ground floor, because the first time to get into something is the best time to get into something is when it first starts. And I would say now is like that second best time, because everyone's still shopping online. There are people that never shopped online before that are now more comfortable shopping online. And I'm just watching amazing brands get built. I would say that Shopify, not necessarily just Shopify, but e-commerce in general would be the number one opportunity. Then another really great opportunity that I see that I'm studying right now is BitClout. I don't know if y'all have heard of that.
Oh, interesting. I saw you posting about it.
Yeah, it's only like 15 days old or something, but and I can't talk too much about it because I don't know too much about it, but it's a new opportunity in social media. If you're an influencer or want to be an influencer, it's essentially a way where people can invest in you. And instead of just following you and liking your stuff and getting brand deals, when you sign up for BitClout, you have your own coin. Every profile has their own coin. So there's like an Adrian Morrison coin. And people can, put money into BitClout and they can buy your coin. And it has a valuation and you have a market cap. And so like when you first start out, you've got your coins like $1. And eventually people will be paying $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for your coin. And as more people invest, that valuation goes up. So people actually are profiting that were early investors and different influencers. And they're saying that you'll be able to cash out and turn that into, influencers can turn it into real money, or you can cash out your profits on a coin of an influencer and flip it for profit. So that's not really internet marketing, but it also is potentially an opportunity while something's on the forefront, and it's like literally like on the ground floor. As new celebs and influencers are joining, if you're on BitClout and you do go toss $10 in on a celebrity's coin when it's like $5 a coin, but then that ends up being worth $20,000 a coin. I don't know what the exchange would be, but like I think it's a very cool and interesting take on social media.
Dude, that is interesting. I remember there was one time you and I had a conversation just about like how many influencers are out there and maybe they have big followings, but they don't really make a whole lot of money.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know influencers that have millions of followers that like they're struggling. They work you know, they work regular jobs. And it's because when you have an Instagram following, you really have to cultivate it in a way. And I'm not like an influencer, but as a marketer, I would cultivate a following based off of specific wants, needs, and desires. Whereas some influencers, they build their following just simply by being famous, you know, by all this random stuff. Like you've got Jen Selter, who has a following, started out just because she, you know, was really pretty and was a model and everything, but now she has like a fitness following, and she partnered with a company. I think it was, I see her promoting it all the time. I don't know her or her numbers. This is just an example with BlendJet. It's this product called the BlendJet, and she pushes it all the time. And I mean, again, I don't know her numbers, but she's got to be raking in the dough on that. Otherwise, she wouldn't be posting it all the time. And it's more so than just doing like a sponsored post as an influencer. When you're able to go in and get back end deals or launch your own product that serves a need of the people that are following you. And I think a lot of influencers got it wrong. And then there's a lot of influencers that got it right. And she's one of them. I'm feeling it.
It'll be interesting to see how these influencers like join on BitCloud and what happens with that, because it kind of solves that need in a lot of respects.
Yeah, and it's a decentralized, free for all social network too. So nothing can never be deleted. So people are also thinking before they post, because it's
wow.
And
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's on the blockchain. And so when you ask me like, what's a new opportunities that I see, I'm not saying that BitClout is where you're going to make a bunch of money, but it could be, because it's in its infancy. And that's the best, even when you don't think something is epic, it's smart to jump in and get in while it's new, in case it does become epic, like Bitcoin. You know, people were paying $100 a coin for it at one point. Now it's $57,000 a coin.
Well, what about that whole pizza thing? That guy paid for his pizza in Bitcoin, and now that like, I forget what it's worth, but he paid essentially millions of dollars in today's dollars.
Think about the Shopify stores, because Shopify has been taking cryptocurrency for a while.
Really?
Like,
oh, really?
Think about those that were smart enough to take Bitcoin back in like 2017 when it was $3K a coin as payment. For like, if you were doing a $10,000 a month in sales, then you can literally, like, what is it? If it was 3K, now it's 50K. What is that?
A
like
lot.
70xing your revenue or something.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Is that Stripe that takes it now?
I don't know. Like, I just know that in Shopify, there's a setting to take cryptocurrency.
Oh, gotcha.
I've never done it, but
gotcha.
I wish I did, because there are a lot of people that that's the way they want to pay. And like $3,000 in revenue back then is now the equivalent of 60,000.
Yeah.
So I always look for like little interesting, weird opportunities that could blow up.
Yeah.
I also think that teaching people online how to not necessarily like run their own business, but one thing that we've seen a lot of people want us to do is teach them how we do courses, like how we teach other people. That for us this year, people have been blowing us up. Can you show me how to build a course on how to train horses? Can you show me how to build a course on how to learn Spanish from home, since you can't go to Spanish classes where we are anymore because of COVID? And so there's been a lot of opportunity in just teaching people how to build and launch and scale online educational programs last year and this year.
Interesting.
There's so much value in that. I feel like everyone has a skill that they can teach as well. So you're doing yourself a disservice by not teaching people.
No doubt.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it literally, we have a guy that is in our mentorship program now. He is building a course on teaching people how to train horses.
That's amazing.
I never thought like about that. You know, it's just all sorts of like random stuff. Even a really famous celebrity got connected with me. I won't say his name because the deal's not done, but he wanted to build a course.
Smart.
Like,
Interesting.
Already are like very wealthy, but wanted to build a course online in the food niche. And it really just kind of gave me this awareness that right now everybody's online and they're all interested and bored at the same time. So if you find a cool niche or a desire someone has, they're willing to pay for it. Like I paid for Greg's Kino Body course. I probably gave that dude like 2 G's. I don't know. Like I just bought everything. I was like, I need to get in shape. So I'm going to buy everything. Greek god, movie star, whatever it all is.
Yeah.
Like,
Whatever you got.
You know,
double up on the
I'm
octane.
buying courses.
Yeah. We all have, man.
Don't you have a guy who had like a catcher's course or something?
Yeah. He's from Mississippi. Actually went to high school with us. And he built a course on how to be like the perfect catcher, I believe it is, like for baseball. It's
That's
been very
amazing.
successful. Yeah, he built an app called like
the
Perfect Catch or something.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
There's basketball courses, like how to shoot a basketball. There's everything, man.
Dude, masterclass. Like masterclass just basically filmed other experts, bro. Like how brilliant is that? I paid for masterclass.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. And the thing is that the easiest way, really and truly, the easiest way to make money right now with everything that's going on in the world is to take a skill, something that you're good at, that other people want to learn how to do, and turn it into a digital course and sell it for $500, $997. You will be shocked at how many people want to learn how to train a horse or want to learn how to intermediate fast. But the key is you actually have to be good at what you're teaching. You can't, if you're a poser and you're just making up cool ideas that are trending, you're not going to have any real success stories, and that's going to backfire on you really fast. But the easiest thing in the world to do is educate. There's no product cost. You can get ClickFunnels and build a quick membership area, and you're off to the races.
And even if you don't have a skill that you necessarily feel confident about, you must know somebody somewhere that does. Create a partnership with them. You take care of the online stuff. They do the filming, and boom, now you have a course.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make a course on like a survival course, like if you're a prepper and you want to prepare for Armageddon, find a military guy and be like, yo, build like the ultimate prepper pack and film like 10 videos of the main skill sets that you would need to survive if everything was to shut down, like how to tie the right types of knots and how to start it, whatever. And literally you could turn that into like a 15 video course, go and target survivalists and survivalstraps.com and stuff on Facebook and say, this military army veteran is going to show you the top 15 skills that you must have if everything shuts down or whatever. And then boom, like you're going to have people flood to that. And it's like 15 videos in a members area, but it gives great value to those that are desiring those skills. That's how simple it is. You don't even have to be the face of it.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
The internet's never been better.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Shit.
Here we are. We're past the hour mark. It's been a good chat.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I got one more question for you, actually.
Of course you do.
2 weeks is up. You've got your second shot. You have a little taste of freedom. Where are you traveling to?
Bro, you know the answer.
Vegas?
First place Miami? Your boy is hitting is MIA.
That's right, Miami.
No doubt.
I tried to do Miami side. I failed at that, but you knew where I was going.
That's what's up. I'm going to see.
Why are you always tossing out gang signs in our fucking, with Adrian?
Dude, yeah. I was there 2 weeks ago, man. It's a blast right now.
Yeah, I bet.
I've never been. I've still never been.
Dude, we're taking you.
Yeah.
Prime 112. If you have dinner at Prime 112, your life will never be the same.
I still need a bachelor party, guys. I still need a bachelor party.
Oh, we got you, because we got our company that we're setting up, Bachelor Party Bros. And we will throw your bachelor party for you. You fund it, we'll throw it.
I love it. Tyler's funding this one. Yes.
Yeah. Typical.
All right. Thanks everyone for listening today. For everyone watching, please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube. And for everyone listening, please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, or Stitcher. Yes. All right. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you again, Adrian. It has been a blast. Can't wait to do it again, my friend.
Likewise. Thanks for having me.
Later.
Bye.